Hello, thanks for tuning in. Today we were playing Remember the Flowers. And last time, Silas got to figure out what actually happened and the fact that all his friends, his family, his boyfriend, all of them have been dead for over 300 years. And that he's 300 years into the future. Because up until he learned the truth, he actually thought that his family and friends and boyfriend might still be alive. But all of them are dead now. And Silas is trying to come to grips with it. So we're about to start an interlude now. We're not really going to a new chapter, I guess, but it's more like an interlude. So this kind of the chapter selection here. It's basically like an interlude here. We just got done with this chapter. We're doing an interlude here, and then next time we're going to chapter 10. So a few days have gone by since I've settled in the underground base. For the most part, everything has been rather quiet. I've seen the crew in passing now and then. Since they don't live here, I guess I shouldn't expect to see them all the time. I messaged Vita though the other night about the device that was in the back of my head. I'm not entirely sure what it was, but I do know that it exploded. It's been years. Maybe it was a tracker of some kind or some emergency kill switch. Whatever it was, the shock of the explosion is probably the cause of my amnesia. There's definitely still some bits in there. I want to get them all out in case there's anything that could trap me. Despite the urgency, Vita wasn't able to operate until today. They said there were some supplies they needed to get to make sure it went smoothly. Hope it does. I want to put current as far behind me as possible, or rather resume, I guess. I slide on my Axiom to read my previous messages with Vita. They said they can do it today at 10 a.m., so in about 15 minutes. I continue my walk through the many halls of the base. This has been the only exercise I've had as of late, but it's not bad. I've gotten lost once or twice, but I think I'm figuring it out now. A couple of times I came across people I've never met. Most of them were nice, some skeptical. They were curious though. I always had to introduce myself. A lynx came up behind me and pulled my hair yesterday. I didn't think it was real. It's a bit off-putting, but I've been through worse. I turned the corner to the break room and grabbed some water. After some after so many surgeries, I've learned to stay hydrated beforehand. I asked some beeps. It's Vita. They say they're ready to go now. I checked my water and head down to the old medical ward. Vita has me sit in the same spot as the other day, but not before handing me a cup of tea. How long have you been out of resume? About a week and a half, I think. That's a pretty long time. If the device in your head left some kind of tracker, I'm sure they would have discovered you by now. They put on a pair of rubber gloves. Even so, better safe than sorry. Agreed. How do you want to do this, though? Have some special equipment in the corner we'll use, tailor made for resident sisters ourselves. Vita slides on their axiom. They type slowly. I'm having the dragon come over soon. He knows more about their tech than I do. Waiting, right? Vita nods. When you finish your tea, we can get started. Vita is still boiling hot. That stutter. Can you even do that with that throat replacement? I can give you one if you want to find out. I start sipping the tea a little faster. I know it doesn't hurt, but I'd rather not kill my taste buds, thank you. Vita has me sat in a strange looking chair. It almost looks like a throne with weird protrusions along the back. I know it's been a while, but we're going to use your reports during the surgery. I start to stretch my back, popping some of my spine. How do you want to handle the anesthetic, or lack thereof? Vita sighs through their nose. I know you can't feel pain, but I will strap your legs and arms down during the process. That makes sense. Don't want any random spasms. Indeed, I have to say, it is refreshing to work with someone so experienced. It's probably a good thing you don't come across people like me very often. Vita nods sullenly. Shall we get started then? Says Cantrell. I make my way to the chair, stripping off my shirt. Sure, hopefully this is one of the last procedures I have this century. I'll make sure to make it as comfortable as possible. I appreciate it, Doctor. I carefully sit down in a strange-looking chair. I stretch my legs and arms to the wooden frame. How's that? For being tied down, not too bad. Good. I'll insert the serum now. By all means, it's a new formula I came up with. This is a treatment we were going to have you start regardless. They put in the first tube. Now that's a feeling I'll never forget. Cool and thick liquid being pumped directly into my back. The goal is to jumpstart your bodily functions to operate naturally again. They study your growth in order to keep you at your prime for as long as possible. Vita inserts the second and third tubes. It tingles, but that's about it. It feels kind of good, familiar even. If you're lucky, you'll be able to go on living the rest of your natural life. That is, if you maintain treatment for the years to come. Whatever you say, Doc. You truly are strange, Cyrus Cantrell. Do I know it? Vita starts to slowly lean me back. The tube starts to retract enough so that I'm sitting somewhat comfortably against this contrastive chair. Vita has me look down before parting the hair on the back of my head. In the skin, there's definitely signs of infection and abscesses. I'm sure my hair got tangled up in there while it was healing, which doesn't help. I see I'll need to save some of this off in order to get started. Be careful, it took me years to grow it this long. I'll see what I can do. Vita uses scissors to cut away the clumps of tangled hair surrounding the area. Tricky. I don't want to disturb the infections, but I'll need to save it down somehow. This is what you gotta do, I guess. Vita doesn't reply as they cut away more. After a few minutes, I hear an electric razor start. It honestly is a bit bittersweet to lose some of my hair. It's growing on me, literally. I breathe through my nose as Vita tilts my hair down further. They carefully rub the exposed skin with what I assume is some kind of alcohol. Stay still. I'm going to cut into the skin now. It's been a while since the surgery made me unsure. I don't remember the last time I've gotten an infection. I can't tell when they pierce the skin by the feeling of something viscous and warm dripping down my neck, slowly trailing down my back. The stench of rotten skin and fermented pus soon hits my nose. My eyes water and my stomach churns. I'm glad you let me know about all this. Who knows what would have happened if we left it like this? Is it really that bad? Shh, I need to focus. I spread my hands out in silent protest. You were the one who started this conversation. As the sound of clumping puss dripping down my back is pretty quiet. Eventually I can feel them digging under my skin. Every so often, I hear a metal clink behind me. Must be pulling out machine bits now. My head starts to get woozy as Vita continues digging. Apparently not, my brain is registering some sort of discomfort over being prodded at. Eventually I hear the door open. Who is that? Vita doesn't respond, just keeps my head down. Hey Vita, you in there? I can hear Vita exhale slowly. Yes, I'm behind the curtain. I'm kind of busy. Come back later. I'm almost done. I'm busy later. You told me to come here at this time anyway. What are you even doing in here? It reeks. I can hear him open the door behind me. Vita stops working for a moment. It's uncomfortably quiet now. Hello? The sound of a half-dragon spelling everything from his stomach fills the room before he runs out and slams the door shut. At the very least, he's covered up the stench of the puss. It does turn my stomach, making me spit up in my lap. For fuck's sake. I try to spit out everything. You're telling me. Vita cleans everything up before finishing up the surgery. They weren't kidding. It was pretty much done when Ring showed up. After I sit on the bed by their desk again, sipping some more tea, they sewed the wound shut rather well. I move my hand to feel the saved part of my head. The sutures are cleanly lined up. Damn, Doc, with someone without a degree, you did quite well with these. I've unfortunately had a lot of practice. I just wish the dragon waited a bit longer. Speaking of, Vita takes their axiom out once more and clumsily types on it. I'll never get used to this thing. Soon after Ring appears. I almost don't recognize him. Must be because his hair's down. Are you done yet? Yes, took a while to clean up everything, though. You should have warned me. What do you think it means when a doctor's busy behind a curtain? Anyway, the dragon rolls his eyes before locking them on me. Elizabeth Steiner doesn't say anything for a moment. Hey, you. What? He already looks annoyed. You were staring at me. Lucky you. What do you want me to look at, Vita? Vita take off their surgical masks before grabbing the items in question. These were embedded in Silas's skull. We just want to make sure there's nothing to worry about. We looks at them before looking toward me, more specifically, the side of my head. Expressing softness for a moment. Then he ties his hair back and sits down with a tray of bits and pieces. I tried playing with the sutures, but Vita quickly smacks my hand away. Stop it. Sorry. Ring is focusing on one piece in particular. It's bigger than the rest. What's wrong? Well, it definitely doesn't have any ways to get a signal anymore. But it's possible there's some data on this chip. Data? What the hell did they put in his head? An old way they used to track an ID residence. Why did it explode? No idea. I assume because he got far enough away from any active facilities. Probably an obsolete security master. Oh yeah? I remember that now. That was a surgery that I had when I still got amnesia. Never really knew much about it though. Well, it wasn't used much as far as I know. We might be able to get some information from this that I can track us. I'd say we're in the clear. Ring pulls his hair down before taking out his axiom and digitizing the bits and pieces. I assume it's alright for me to take these. You already did. Thank you for your services as usual, Vita. Wing said sarcastically, "Speaking of," his attention turns toward me again. "How you doing, Cyrus?" He's not looking at me when he asks. Well, still alive, I guess. That's something. He looks like he's struggling to ask something. We haven't seen each other much since you got here. Been kind of busy at home. Do you remember anything? I do, yeah. When he looks at me for a moment before shutting his eyes. You got your accent, right? Yeah, right here. I lift my arm out to show him. He looks at it with some scrutiny. Never seen that model before, so gave it to you. Oh, right. You wanted this one. Yeah, Aaron gave it to me a few days ago. Wing's eyes goes wide. He really told you his name, huh? Mm-hmm, he did. Let me listen to myself and your accent. Wing sits next to me and pulls out his own accent screen before gesturing for me to do the same. I put it up to show him. I can tell from his expression that he knows exactly what my accent is now. That's the model he gave you? He's trying, but failing, to suppress a growl. I don't know how I'm supposed to calm him down. Yeah, he said it would be a good fit for me. To my surprise, Ring just rolls his eyes instead of pressing it further. I knew he was corny, but this is ridiculous. What do you mean? He will slide to the ID screen. Since we have our accents on next to each other, we can add each other like this. Oh, okay. Not long after I see Rings. No. Who is this? Is this your profile? Yes, it is. If you tell anyone my name, I will kill you. Rita interjects from the other side of the room. I'm sure Titania would take that well. Sit up or you'll join them. Rita sips their tea quietly in response. I don't know much about this model, but I can try to help if you need anything. Sure, I appreciate it. Anyway, please just call me Wing outside of the base. I don't like telling my name for a reason. I think he's being sincere. I'll do my best. Should I make a code name for myself? Wouldn't hurt, but I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a while before you're allowed to be on your own. You need to rest up. Don't worry, that's all I've been doing as of late. Wing gets up. Good, I need to get back home. I got a repair call earlier that I want to take care of. I'll see you around then. The dragon nods before making his way out of the room, much more elegantly this time around. He seems nice. Right. How many days have I been stuck in this shithole? 3, 4? I don't even remember at this point. It's all blending together. There's a lot of drinking and pissing, not much else. It's like I could do anything if I tried. Not like I could do anything if I tried. Finally found a bar who let a bum like me in. It's pretty grimy, but at this point I'll take what I can get. I throw my fifth bottle of beer in my hand. It's burgundy brown, not very appetizing. Doesn't taste good either, but it's all I can afford. Wait, can I afford it? I pilfer through my pockets. My swollen eye makes it hard to navigate. But fuck me. They even took what little cash they held me. Hey, barkeep. Mind if I start a tab? I think I left my wallet at home. Are you serious? I don't want that spot to sell my sales records. Just take it and be quiet about it. I lazily gestured my bottle to him. Cheers then. He doesn't even look at me as I drink his rotten inventory. Guess I don't blame him. Doubt I'm fun to look at right now. Look around the dingy establishment. My gaze eventually stops on a frame mirror on the wall. How tacky. Where's my paws in my ear? Looks like it's missing another chunk. It doesn't hurt anymore, at least. I stupidly try to spit my puffed up eye. Even just grazing it makes me breathe hard through my teeth. Fuck, that hurts. It crosses my mind that I could pour some of this piss in a bottle of it. It has to have some alcohol, right? Nah, it would probably just get even more infected. I was staying the night in Green before making my way back to Tennessee to buy some stuff. Made it to Dorwich today, thinking I'd be a lot more bearable without Smith skulking around. Still can't believe those bastards set me up like that. Clement is probably living it up after getting away, taking everything from me in turn. I wasn't even able to contact him before those goons jumped me and took all my shit. Them in their ugly ass uniforms. Didn't even say a word. They just dropped me to the ground, hard. When I woke up, I could barely see anything out of my left eye. All I had left on me were my clothes and a small pistol. They took my axe and a rifle too. Here I thought my life couldn't get any lower. At least I can try to drink it all away. Definitely a healthy way to cope with everything. I downed my bottle, nearly slamming it against the bar once I finished it. If you leave a dent, I will kick your ass. I'm sure you will. Can I get another? Whatever, man. He slides one across the bar. I'm so placid I actually fall on the stool trying to grab it. For fuck's sake, that's it. I'm cutting you off. I'll just throw the rest of it away. I'm flat on the ground again. The ceiling looks hazy. I just breathe through my nose. Everything feels numb again. Is it even worth going on anymore? I'm not even sure if I want to go through the trouble of drinking through the press again. I slowly sit up, looking around as if I just woke up. Wonder how Cyrus is doing. Bet Reza is treating him like royalty. He just has to do a surgery now and then gets to do whatever he wants. Wish I was born a carrier. Sounds like a sweet deal to me. Although if my parents didn't even want me, doubt someone else would either. I must be drunk if I'm thinking about them, whoever they are. So I was able to remember some stuff about his parents. It must have meant a lot to him. Who am I kidding? They're probably torturing him as we speak. Those pulls on his back led me to believe he's been through extensive body modification. He's a lot more important than they told me. They still have had the nerve to take everything from me. Instead of just taking him and ran. I get myself back on my feet, but not before stumbling. Where the hell did that bottle go? I find it knocked over on the floor. It is all my concentration to not fall over before picking it up. To my surprise, someone else picks it up before I can grab it. Wow. People still drink this stuff? Back off. It's mine. Trust me, I'm not interested whatsoever. Here, I'll even open it for you. Without any effort, the stranger pops open the bottle on the side of the bar. Didn't even do a scratch. It takes a moment before I can see this guy clearly. Looks like a weasel or a ferret. I can never tell the difference. He's wearing an expensive-looking outfit, complete with a jacket and nice pants. Wait, is that a pocket watch in his jacket? Who uses those anymore? Ornaments. A pleasant mind, Mr. Krager. I start to sober up. Nigga, I'm not really in the mood for a fight. I don't have any money or valuables. Ornament chuckles. That already makes me want to clock him. I think you're misunderstanding me. I actually came to return something to you. Yeah, right. You really are as abrasive as they say. Glad our informants are completely Lucius. He's not very good at hiding his disdain, but that might be what he's going for. The weasel has a pretentious aura around him. What is it that you want from me? It all depends on what you're willing to do. From what I know of you, you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. But before we get into the nitty gritty, you can have this back. He fishes something out of his coat pocket. I nearly jump when he pulls my axiom out. Where did you get that? From some subordinates I recently fired. I assume you want it back? I don't need to be completely sober to figure out what he just said. This guy's from Resume. I'm guessing a higher up. He certainly looks slimy enough to work for him. Alright, what's going on here? I've had it up to here with you people. Who could blame you? As I said, I've already let go of the members who assaulted you. I offer my deepest apologies. One of us lowers his head while offering my axiom. His heart rate is pretty calm. I don't think he's trying to set me up. I quickly snatched it from him and set it back on my arm. I'm thankful that it turns out without a problem. Disregarding the reason for a moment, I flipped through the screen. Yup, money is still there. He wasn't lying to me. Alright, now tell me what you really want. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of Resume right now. Again, who could blame you? I assure you that I come with answers to everything that's happened as of late. Why? How do you even know where to find me? Like I said, our informants aren't entirely useless. We figured you wouldn't have gotten far without your axiom. A huff of annoyance. You gotta tell me what's been going on. Absolutely. I believe there was a misunderstanding, or rather there better be a misunderstanding. His voice trails off into something I can only describe as code. I said attempt to take him seriously. Meaning, do you recognize any of these people? He pulls out his smancy axiom and projects pictures very clearly. Clear enough that I can easily make out Aaron and Kanto. Seeing them is enough to get my hackles up, and a growl escapes my throat. What was that taken? I think you're familiar then. Of course I am. That fat piece of shit threw me out, but that smarmy dragon only laughed. What? Was the stupid bitch who blew her arm off not around? I can still remember their faces as they threw me out of the vehicle, leaving me practically naked and alone to fend for myself. Please call yourself, Mr. Quaker. I just need to confirm some information. Is that right? What then? He raises his brow at me. I think he rolls his eyes before continuing. I take it you're not on good terms? Fuck no. That makes my job easier. I'm not sure if you picked up on it, but I'm a recruitment officer for Resume, specifically for the militia we're building. Great, now if I don't follow along, you'll have me killed for knowing classified information. Hopefully we won't need to resort to something so savage. I promise that if you hear me out, we won't hold it against you if you decline. Decline what exactly? I want you to come work for us. And that's my turn to roll my eyes. And why would I do that? Why wouldn't you? All you have to do is give us your information on this Aaron and Kanto, along with your experiences in that stain of resistance, you'll be rewarded handsomely. Before it starts to settle back down. I know what these fuckers are capable of. I want Aaron and the rest of them to get some payback for what they've done. And yet, I look away for a moment to think. Artemis keeps going. Silas Cantrell was taken by them. That gets me to whip my head back. Seriously? Indeed, Clement was killed in the process. In fact, that's why his group attacked you. They thought you were part of an elaborate setup to help Aaron's faction. As if I'd help. That gives me confidence that you're just what we're looking for. I've heard you have quite a keen nose. Probably would work a lot more if it wasn't smashed in. And I'm deeply sorry about that. As an act of goodwill, we can go to the hospital in Tensio. I will personally pay for your medical bills, no strings attached. I'm still hesitating to accept him on word alone. He gave me my accident back, but that was mine to begin with. I shouldn't thank him for something like that. My throbbing eye almost begs me to accept the offer, though. We'll talk more at the hospital then. Happy to be of service, Mr. Krager. Just call me Lance. I see myself in my bathroom mirror over and over again. It's been a day since my surgery with Vita. For whatever reason, I feel a little agitated still. The gestures aren't super noticeable. They blend in well enough with the safe hairs. But I can't get over the blatant chunk missing from the back of my head. Vita went too far with the razor. They say far enough out that you can see it on the side of my head. What part of the brain did they even attach it to? Not surprised it didn't use them much. Even with that mild discomfort, I still feel at peace after the experience. Council confirmed that they won't be able to find me easily. That's good at least. One thing gnaws at the back of my mind though. Shouldn't Lance have ratted everyone out? It would make sense for him too. I'm pretty sure he thinks they screwed him over. At the very least, he could have sold information to make a quick buck. I want to pick Aaron's brain. Although maybe not. I'm pretty sure Lance is a sore spot for him. Kendall said he was going to be busy for a little while, despite supposedly having time off. That only leads me to, I click the light off and head into my bedroom to message Aaron. Hey, Aaron, mind giving me Rose's XM ID and wanted to see if we could do some sort of physical therapy today. He doesn't respond right away. I pace around my room while waiting. Sorry for the hold up. I wanted to ask her if it's okay to send it. She said not right now, but she'd be happy to meet you at the base in order to take you to her gym. That's okay? I tried looking for an emoji section on the screen to give him a thumbs up, but there doesn't seem to be one. Instead, I just reply normally. So that sounds good. I'm going to find something to eat in the meantime. I wish I could bring something down for you, but I'm stuck at the bar. It's kind of busy. I can try to swing by for dinner. Don't push yourself. I need to adapt to living down here anyway. Have a good day at work. Aaron sends me a small picture of a heart. Wait, so there is an emoji menu. CAI. Are there emojis on this thing? CAI beeps. I'm familiar with the term. There are little pictures you can send while texting. CAI takes a moment to respond. There is a button on the keyboard to access these emojis. Try the bottom left corner. I do this as my expensive arm brace commands, and sure enough, a whole slew of emojis pop up. Thank you, CAI. CAI beats response. I send Aaron a pink heart back. I gotta say, it's nice being able to just text after all this time. I get my socks and boots on before heading to the break room to make some breakfast. So this Artemis guy from Resume, he seems to be very high ranking, a very high ranking person in Resume by the fancy looking clothes he wears. And there's something about Cyrus that he wants. And he knows that Cyrus knows about parts of the resistance as well as Erwin and Canto. So by having by having Lance, in the in Resume, he'll be very useful since he has more information about the resistance and Erwin and Canto, which are the two people he specifically sold to Lance. Certainly, both Erwin and Lance are two people that Artemis has an interest in. And when Artemis showed Lance a picture of Erwin and Canto, he certainly got very angry, calling Erwin a fat piece of shit and getting mad at Canto for laughing at him when they kicked him out of the car. So he thinks that they sold him out. They kicked him out and betrayed him. But according to Erwin, he said that they kicked him out of the group because he sold Xavier, who I believe is a human. Apparently he didn't like him so much, or something about jealousy, I guess, I don't know. But Lance apparently sold Xavier, so they kicked him out for that. But again, there's two sides of every story. There's Lance's side, and there's Erwin and Canto and Rose's part of the story. So it looks like both Cyrus and Lance are going to come face to face eventually. And it looks like Lance is going to join Resume, so certainly if he does do that, he'll certainly be on the opposing side of Cyrus. So I wonder how that meeting between the two of them face to face would be. I don't think it would be good. It's not gonna be good, but that's something that I want to see. I hope Cyrus doesn't end back up in Resume again, because there is a chance that Resume can catch him and take him back. And while Vita was helping Cyrus with being able to feel pain again, be able to feel again, Canto came in and interrupted them, and afterwards, after the surgery was done, you saw a different side of Canto. He was more concerned about Cyrus. He's been a jerk to him since we first saw Canto, along with Erwin and Rose when they first found him out in the desert. But he seems to show a little bit more concern and he seems to be a bit more considerate of Lance. Keep getting the names confused, but it seems to be a little bit more considerate of Cyrus now that he knows what Cyrus has been going through. He's not quite as mean to him now, to the point that he even gave him he even allowed him to connect his action to his, So, kind of like that about Canto. There's more to him than just the main tough guy persona that he shows to everyone. So, that's all for now. We'll start chapter 10 next time. Thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye.